been rumors that some of the Microsoft exclusives like Halo, Starfield, Sea of Thieves, and Gears could be going to PlayStation. And honestly, I can't confirm any of the rumors, but I don't think it would be a bad thing at all. In fact, I think it's time for console exclusives to be a thing of the past. Because exclusives suck for gaming. You shouldn't need a PlayStation to play Spider-Man, God of War, Demon's Souls, Bloodborne, or any other PlayStation exclusive. Just like you shouldn't need an Xbox or PC to play Halo, Sea of Thieves, Gears of War, or Forza. It's inconvenient for the consumer, and it's just stupid that you have to buy a specific console just to play a masterpiece like Bloodborne, when I think it should be available to everyone on all platforms. It also sucks to see some of these exclusive games stuck on the previous generations of consoles, like Metal Gear Solid 4 for example. To play that game, you have to own a PS3, which is stupid because you should at least be able to buy and play it on the PC. If we didn't have exclusivity, then we wouldn't have games like Metal Gear Solid 4 stranded in no man's land, unable to be enjoyed by the majority unless you own a console from 2 generations ago. Another game that is stuck in no man's land that I wish I could play on my Xbox, or at least be available on PC, is Custom Robo Battle Revolution. I used to play the crap out of that game back when I owned a GameCube, but since I don't own the GameCube anymore, I would either have to wait for a port from Nintendo, which I doubt will ever happen, or I'd have to get a GameCube, then shop online or go to a retro game store and hope I can find a copy for an affordable price. Old games like Custom Robo and Metal Gear Solid 4, in my opinion, are good games that should be available to anybody who is willing to try them, and it's a shame that some console exclusives are not available to the average gamer on current-gen consoles. And if you want to try them, you have to go through hoops to make that happen. The creators worked really hard on their games, and it sucks that people won't be able to play them because they're not easily accessible. And to me, that's a complete failure from the gaming companies like Nintendo, PlayStation, and even Microsoft. It's just like, what are you guys doing? Don't just leave your games to die, let people enjoy them. I do believe console exclusives are horrible for the consumer, and even the games themselves in some cases, but it's a genius business move for the console companies. They use console exclusives as the main way to advertise why you should get their magic box over the competitors. If you like Halo, Gears, Forza, then you go with Microsoft. But if you like God of War, Last of Us, and Spider-Man, then you go with Sony. Instead of it being about purchasing the console that's the best functionally, it's about what game are you willing to not have access to for a generation. It's the gaming equivalent of a hostage situation, and I have and will always hate it. But I do admire how diabolical it is. It is really evil in my opinion, and it's business-wise genius. I wish console advertisement was about the quality of the console, rather than you won't be able to play these games if you have an Xbox or you have a PlayStation. It should be about which console is better than which console, because honestly I've looked at the specs, and I'm not the biggest spec guy, but in my average Joe opinion, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are pretty much near identical. There is no big differences between them. The only real differences I see between them, honestly, is just the exclusives, and that's just stupid. I wish we just got rid of exclusives and it was just about the quality of the console. On a positive note though, I will say I'm glad to see Microsoft not having Xbox exclusives anymore, because I personally believe everyone should be able to have access to the classic Halo games, for example. It shouldn't matter if you are on PC, PlayStation, or the Switch. You should be able to play as the Master Chief and save humanity from aliens. I believe all games should be on all platforms, and especially the classics like the Bungie Halos should be available to PlayStation and Nintendo, just like it is to PC and Xbox, and I hope they have the opportunity to try it one day. It's also nice to see PlayStation is putting some of their exclusives on PC too. They need to hurry up and get Bloodborne to PC, because I want to see what the modding community does to the Chalice dungeons, because I think it will be amazing to see on YouTube. Now let me know in the comments, do you think console exclusives suck for gaming? Or do you think it's a good thing for gaming to have these exclusives? I like to hear other people's opinions because it'll help me broaden my own, and I like to hear from other people that agree and disagree with me because it's always good to see what other people think. Lastly, is there any console exclusives that are currently stuck in no man's land that you would like to see on current gen consoles? Thank you for watching the video, and
I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.